Today we're going to talk about the coolest thing I've ever discovered. No, that's not true. My everlasting indoor greenery discovery I have made. My name's Abby Orso. Let's get into it. So, I want to tell you about something I think I should just call everlasting greenery because it is lasting so long. I have proof of this, but this greenery right over my shoulder has been sitting there for 81 days. I have not trimmed it up. All I have done is kept the water filled. It does not stink. It has lost maybe 30 leaves total in 81 days. It's incredible. I'm a sucker for the catalog product shots that just show like a huge branch on top of the table or a giant indoor tree. And like, I've never seen that in somebody's real home, but I keep trying to copy that in my home because I like it. And so I have drug in so many different types of tree branches over the years, stuff that I've cut down from yards, stuff that I've just found on the street, stuff from neighbors' yards, and I'll bring them in and I'll have this huge like 6-foot epic branch growing in the house, and then it just starts dropping leaves. And so I have to clean it like once or twice a day or vacuum under it, and they get dumpy and messy, and then you have to drag it out. Dragging it out is like dragging out a Christmas tree, you know, it's a whole chore, and then you have to cut it down, and it's just this mess, right? And so I found this branch, and I cut it and I put it there, and I've just been sitting here day after day realizing that thing is still alive. That thing is not dropping leaves. That thing is not turning colors. That thing is putting out new leaves. It has put out like 3 different times, put out branches with new leaves on it. And my husband doesn't seem to care, but I know that that's really impressive. And so I want to share the secret plant, amazing, everlasting plant with you. And so here we go. I am going to put up the picture I took the day I set this in here. And you can tell I really haven't touched it or moved it. It's the same plant, okay? It's the same branch. And look how incredible it is. It is finally starting to turn brown and dry on one side of it. The other side is still very green. I would consider pulling it out now, but it just looks so good and lasts so long. I probably will leave it in it longer. So it's going to sit in here for probably, I don't know, it takes so, it's lasting so long. Maybe I'll leave it in for 100 days total. I mean, that would be pretty impressive. I think I might leave it in for 100 days. This branch is dead. This one is still very much green, and I'm starting to get major leaf loss. So I made this video at just the right time. I have another branch here in a different pot. I thought I would bring it closer. This one has probably only been in its pot for 6 weeks. It's just incredible. It's been sitting in a dark hallway. I'll tell you more about it. So this plant is called a nandina, and the nickname is heavenly bamboo. So I hate how nandina look. They are planted all around this area, and it makes sense why. They're drought resistant, they're evergreen, and they turn red in the winter. So they really are like, if you like them, I could see why you like them. They're very ornamental, they're beautiful, and like I said, drought resistant, which is good for where I live. But people also really hate nandina because they are invasive. And I learned that if you try to kill it, like you have to dig it up by the roots. But if you leave a root in, a shoot could come up from the roots, which is why I guess I understand the heavenly bamboo link. It's not bamboo, but that kind of sounds like a bamboo problem, doesn't it? So that's the problem at my house. I've lived here for 4 years, and in the first year, I cut out all the nandina because I think they're ugly. They have these red berries, and I don't know what it is. Maybe just seeing them so much, but I think they're ugly. I just think they're ugly. I'm sorry. So I cut them all out. And every year they keep coming back, and I keep cutting them back and fighting it and fighting it and fighting it. So this year I just quit fighting this one patch of nandina. I was like, whatever. I didn't waste my time. And so by the time fall rolled around, I mean, I cut these in November. By the time November rolled around, I had these shoots that were like 4 feet tall, and it was starting to rain on them and really weigh them down and cover a path. So I cut these giant, 4 foot shoot off of my nandina. And then I thought, well, I'll turn this into greenery for the house for the next week. So I cut that 4 foot branch in half. So that's the same branch, it's just cut in half. And I put them both in the vase. They're kind of leaning awkward. So I have these candlesticks here to offset it. And was like, hey, we'll see how long that lasts. And it has surprised me to no end. But after reading about the nandina, it kind of is starting to make sense to me. An invasive plant doesn't want to die. Those should be the plants that we are putting in our greenery because they don't want to die in the house either. The weird thing is that they aren't rooting. They aren't rooting. They're just growing still, which is unusual. I want to show you this one. This is the one that's been in the dark hallway. It's about 2.5 feet long, and I cut the branch in half because I wanted to use it somewhere else. Well, since then, it has sent up this shoot that's about 9 inches tall with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new branches that have grown leaves. See that, what I'm showing you right there, those lighter leaves, those have just grown out on their own in the dark hallway just because it is a menace of a plant. So I was Googling this and I was trying to find examples online of people using nandina as their greenery, tall greenery in vases in their house. And I couldn't find anything, but I did find there's a ton of faux nandina plants, like faux foliage. So the look, it seems popular and it is pretty. I just don't want to do fake plants, but that is what is being emulated, is this. So why I think this is such a cool tip and I wanted to share it with you is that it lives forever. It's not messy. It doesn't stink. Yeah, like I can't smell old rotting plant, and some plants you really can smell them sitting in the vase. I haven't like cleaned out the vase and then put in fresh water. I've just added fresh water to it. So you don't have to have like good vase hygiene with these things. They don't stink. They seem to be living for months and months. I mean, I'm at 81 days. That's 3 months. You can have this for 3 months. But the reason why I wanted to tell you guys is that I think they're super duper common all around. And so you might have one of these in your yard or in your parents' yard or in the neighbor yard or in the bank that you bank at or at, the fast food line or whatever. If you just start keeping your eyes open, you're going to see that nandina exists everywhere. And don't feel bad about cutting them back. The plants are invasive. The berries are poisonous to a lot of different birds. Like plant-wise, it's not a great plant, but the branches are pretty, especially when they're green. So I would say locate your local nandina and then start experimenting with it. Um, I also think since it is drought resistant and invasive and such a pest, I imagine it would be a very good candidate to have as a potted plant. So if you're a renter or you don't want to put one of these in the ground, but you want to start having like your very own supply of awesome greenery for your house, then I would say go to your nursery. These are common, so you could find these anywhere. Um, Go to your nursery and pot one up in a terracotta pot, and you could have it outside on a patio or something, full sun, and you've got your very own supply of practically everlasting greenery. My name is Abby Orso, and I make fun decor for fun people. Follow me on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. It's free for you, and it does help spread the word. I like to talk about design elements that aren't the most common or mainstream topics. So if you have any ideas you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, subscribe and stay tuned for next month. And we'll talk about something else cool then. Thanks, guys. Bye.